There are a number of ways you can mount your Qmotion shades. The first application we will talk about is inside mount. This is often the preferred way to install a shade because it is less obtrusive and provides a cleaner look. This is where the shade is mounted on the inside of the window frame. The second example is called outside mount. We will detail this in a different video. However, the choice of which mount to use is usually determined by the window frame style, your personal taste, and/or the window construction. After choosing your mount style, you will need to determine if you want the shade to roll down the standard way or reverse. A standard shade rolls off the back and is close to the glass. A reverse roll shade rolls off the front and is further away from the glass. Reverse roll shades are often used when there is some ornamentation or other dimensional elements on the glass or frame. Once you've determined the mount style and roll direction, you will need to measure your windows. It's very important to determine the measurement and size of your shade very carefully, down to the nearest 1/16 of an inch, as your shades will be custom built to your dimensions. This is done to deliver the best fit possible. For an inside mount shade, the most important measurement is the top window opening measurement. This is where the shade will be mounted. For an inside mount shade, the top of the window jamb to jamb measurement translates into the top width dimension on the order form. Qmotion shades have the industry-leading side gaps. Because of this, it is important to measure jamb to jamb at the top, middle, and bottom. If these measurements are off by more than 1/2 of an inch, you may want to consider an outside mount shade. Also, check to see that your window is plumb and square. You can do this with a level or by checking the diagonal measurements. If your diagonal measurements are off by more than 1/2 of an inch, you might want to consider an outside mount shade. In both inside and outside mount shades, you'll need to determine the overall height. This is from the top of the brackets all the way down to where you want the hem bar to be. For an inside mount, measure from the bottom of the header to the top of the sill in at least 2 places. Make sure your sill and header are not bowed. Bowing can impede the shade or create an unattractive gap at the top. For an inside mount shade, you'll need to enter the window width, the shade height, and the inside mount depth dimensions on the order form. With an inside mount, it is important to determine if your shade will protrude beyond the inset. This is especially important if you plan to use the fascia to cover your shades. Now, let's fill out the order form. You have selected windows you wish to cover, selected a fabric type, determined if you want an inside or outside mount, measured the depth of the window and the other key dimensions, and have determined if you wanted standard or reverse roll direction. Before moving on, determine how many remotes you will have and which shades they will control. You will want to create zones for the window shades that are controlled by the same remote. For example, you may want all the shades on the south side of your living room to be controlled by one remote. If needed, you can order additional remotes and they can be programmed on location. The last thing to consider on your order form is if you would like a fascia with your shades. Fascia are available in different colors, textures, and depending on the shade combination you desire, fascia can be ordered for either inside or outside mount applications. You can visit Qmotionshades.com to see which fascia are available for different applications and the styles. Fascia and window treatments are custom manufactured and not interchangeable. They're made to fit your shade openings, and that's why measuring them correctly is important. If you have any questions at all, contact our customer service at Qmotionshades.com. There are a number of colors and textures. The type and choice of window fabrics will need to be entered on the order form as well. Shades are available in a wide variety of colors, materials, and level of transparency. The level of light transparency can range from blackouts to a lighter transparency that allows the view to be enjoyed. Our website, Qmotionshades.com, has all the various selections and options available. Once you have entered the dimension and made all your window treatment decisions, you will enter all this information on the order form.